people, stay dandy, baby. Oh boy, the final battle between Luffy and Kaido is about to go down. I wonder if Luffy is going to win. Bitch, it's gonna be Luffy. It's an exciting time to be a fan of the One Piece manga series because some pretty crazy shit's been going on. I mean, Zoro's fighting against a BDSM dominatrix pterodactyl man. You got Sanji fighting against Littlefoot from the Land Before Time. And then, of course, you got Luffy teaming up with Momonosuke, who's transformed into a giant pink dragon straight out of Dragon Tales, and teaming up with Yamato as they throw down to take down Kaido. Things are pretty awesome in the One Piece manga right now, and I have no idea how it's gonna go down, so let's talk about some possibilities for the future of this big battle and where it could lead to the future of One Piece. The Wano arc in One Piece has been long, really freaking long, but it's also been one of the most important arcs in the entire series as it's getting us closer to the big mystery of One Piece itself, that being, what is One Piece? I mean, the entire backstory of Odin, his connection to Gold Roger, all that stuff. Pretty important details. But all behind it, backing it up, is a ton of amazing action with some really colorful and awesome characters. And the battle between Luffy and Kaido is something which has been built up throughout the course of the entire arc as the characters have clashed multiple times. And pretty much every single time Luffy has been getting his clock freaking cleaned. But now it's time for him to show what he's truly capable of. And in the latest chapter of the series, he's going to be receiving some help as Momonosuke has been aged up thanks to the powers of Shinobu and is transformed into a grand massive dragon who has a big fear of heights. And while this is disappointing and kind of stupid and mostly played for laughs, although I have to admit I love the scene where he's flying around and everybody's freaking out at seeing him, it's pretty crazy now that Luffy's finally about to have his big final battle with Kaido, and with Momonosuke by his side and Yamato helping him out, I think that this is going to be a pretty freaking intense battle, but I can't really predict how it's actually going to go down. In any other final battle in a One Piece arc, Luffy usually is the one who takes down the final villain by himself, but I think this is going to be an interesting experiment in showing 3 people actually take down Kaido, and I think that's kind of fitting, because Kaido is stupid fucking strong. He's easily physically, I think, one of the strongest, if not strongest, characters that we've actually seen in terms of what he's truly capable of in the series thus far, and Luffy getting beaten by him multiple times makes sense, because he's gonna need some help to do this guy in, and that's where I think Momonosuke and Yamato are going to come into play. Now, don't get me wrong, I have a feeling that Luffy's probably gonna deliver that big definitive death blow, but it's going to be Momonosuke and Yamato that manage to help him out. Essentially, it's these 3 different generations of people who have come together to single-handedly take down this guy who's taken over Wano Kingdom, and they're going to liberate it. And how that goes down, I think, is going to be the biggest question. Now, of course, one of the biggest things about this entire arc is the fact that Luffy has gone through some massive training in order to use his haki. In particular, that one that I simply just can't pronounce. Let's just call it the one that wraps around his hand and beats the fuck out of people. These are powers that he's actually used before, but they've been honed a lot in the Wano Kingdom, and he's been trained personally by Hyogoro as well to actually utilize these techniques, and I have a feeling this is going to be instrumental in taking down Kaido, but there could be a few other surprises here. I mean, the most obvious one is that he's going to have another brand new gear form. Now, I don't really think that this is actually going to happen. I think if they're going to give us another gear form, like say Gear 5, Gear 5th, whatever you want to call it, it's probably going to come a little bit later here. And I don't know if that's the correct answer for how they're going to take him down, as I don't really believe in my mind that Luffy had another gear form that was completely hidden. And if he does, well, man, he just did not want to talk about it at all. But I have a feeling 4 is where it's basically going to stop. And I think it's through a combination of these hockey-styled techniques and Momonosuke and Yamato that he's going to eventually be able to bring this guy down. The battle itself is also going to be really exciting as Kaido is back in his dragon form, which I think is awesome. I'd really like to see Momonosuke do something heroic and awesome, whether it be in that dragon form or in his never-before-seen adult form, which I'm guessing is going to look a lot like Odin. I think that's going to be really awesome. In fact, that might be the perfect way to actually distract Kaido by transforming into his human form and giving him a vision from the past, of the person that was such a huge threat to his overall rule of Wano and potentially wanting to take over the entire One Piece world and find One Piece itself. I think that's going to be great. And then, of course, you have Yamato, who desperately wants to take down Kaido as well. And her conviction, along with having a connection to Ace and Luffy at this point, I think is going to be great. I would love to see both of the characters actually deliver a death blow all at once. Especially loved how in the last chapter they both came in and attacked both of them, and it looked really awesome. It was a great spread. Here, though, I think it's going to get even crazier. But, of course, before we even get to that final battle, this is One Piece. We're going to have battles between all of the other sub-characters as well, and I'm just excited for Zoro and Sanji and everybody else's big battles, especially against all of those dinosaur folk. I think it's going to be pretty freaking awesome. But as for Luffy being able to take down Kaido by himself, I don't know if he's actually going to be able to do it. I do believe Momonosuke and Yamato are going to be completely instrumental in taking down Kaido, but how that's going to happen is still kind of up in the air. For me personally, I don't know if I really want to see him using a gear ability so much as I want to see him focusing a little bit more on Haki. I want a more classic Luffy defeat here. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love the gear forms, I think they're really awesome, but I think his mastery of Haki in this arc is going to be really big for his character, and who knows, he could be, hiding some other big attack or something. But I want to see, like, Momonosuke, like, wrapping up all of Kaido's body. I want to see Yamato coming in with her big giant club and smacking the shit out of him with a big attack, possibly transforming into her mystical wolf form in the process. And then I just want to see Luffy come in, bringing in all of his power, inheriting the wills of Odin and everyone in Wano who has been basically fucked over by Kaido, and I want them to rock his freaking world. I want it to be a massive victory. And it makes sense, too. In my mind, I didn't imagine Luffy would have the ability to take down one of the Yonko, the Emperors, at this point, considering how powerful Big Mom was and how she can tank everything and how Kaido is essentially almost the same exact way. It's going to be more believable if Momonosuke and Yamato actually help him out in this battle. But it's going to be hard to see how it's actually going to go down, if he's only going to defeat him, if he's going to outright kill him. I don't know what's going to happen. All I know is I'm ready to see my boy take this guy down so we can move on to the next part of the series, which is ultimately going to start leading, I think, to the true climax of the series. Either that or Oda's just going to continue to extend this thing out for another 100 years. I don't know. Point is, I'm excited to see what's next, but most importantly, I want to hear from you guys. I want to hear your predictions on how you think this final battle with Kaido is actually going to go down. Will Luffy do it himself? Will he need the help of Momonosuke? Is Yamato going to be helpful in this battle? What do you want to see? How do you want to see the conclusion? And what do you want to see from the future of the One Piece series? There it is, my friends. Thank you for joining in on this discussion. I'm going to try to keep some more One Piece videos coming in the next couple of weeks as I want to talk about all of these big battles that are coming. I'm not saying I'm going to do outright reviews of every chapter, but I'd like to at least do some discussions, because the fact of the matter is One Piece is getting really exciting right now, and I'm really getting back into it, and I'm getting very excited. I might even take a look at the anime, which every week, my good friend Christian shows me clips from the episodes, and they look freaking incredible, so I might have to talk about those. But I had to talk about the latest chapter, as shit's just getting crazy. I mean, Luffy was riding on a giant dragon getting ready to fight another dragon. What's not to love about that? It's so incredibly crazy and awesome. There it is. Like I said, let's talk all about it. Comment section below. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I'll see you all next time, and as always, stay dandy, baby.